Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we have a very special guest. Her name is Magali. She has 6+ years experience as a Scrum Master, and today she accepted to pretty much go through these interviews and providing some valuable insights and answers based on her experience. Hey Magali, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Thierry, for this opportunity. So my name is Magali. I also go by Kapinga. I have both names. I am a Scrum Master and I've been doing it for 6+ years now. Currently serving two teams, Patron Tech. One is a software and another one is a mobile team where we build software for various live events and also a mobile app for attendees as well. So lots of great work doing there. It's constantly changing, which I love. So there's new clients that we constantly serve and create apps for, and then the various events that come back every year is always fun as well. That's what I'm doing right now.
Nice. All right. My next question will be, how do you deal with dependencies? Like, especially if dependencies adversely pretty much like impact the sprint you guys are working on.
So the first thing that I really want to make sure is that it is visual for my entire team to see. So Jira is a tool that I will use to link issues because I can make one user story dependent on another. So I can see visually. This has happened in the past where, for example, if I know that one user story is dependent on another user story from another team, then I will collaborate with the Scrum Master, making sure that they are working on their user story before we bring it on to one of our sprints. If it's a dependency that is internal within my team, I just make sure that ahead of sprint planning, we identify. I've had that issue happen where a back-end task needs to be done before a front-end task, making sure as well that it's visual on Jira. And if both tasks are brought in during the same sprint, then the team needs to be aware, hey, this issue will make it the highest priority. So this one needs to be picked up early in the sprint. That way we can make sure that this second task is done after the first one is completed. So it's all about transparency visually on our board on Jira. So we'll use that tool to make sure that all of it is visual.
Nice. Thank you very much for that. My next question will be, how do you prioritize product backlog and why?
So that's really a good question. So I will work with my product owner to make sure that the backlog is prioritized, but it's all really in the hands of my product owner because they have the vision, they have the overall goal of the product that we are building. So I will work with the product owner in any way that I can, but they really have the upper hand when it comes to prioritizing the product backlog. The only thing that I will really make sure is that in the sprint backlog, the team is aware of what is it that goal that we're trying to achieve this sprint goal. So that's really for the sprint backlog, but the product backlog is all in the hands of the product owner.
Okay. My next question will be, what is a product roadmap?
So I've used the product roadmap alongside with the product owner and any other leadership within the company to visually see quarterly what features we're going to be working on. So it's really for visual purposes to make sure that, say we're working on a certain feature that we are currently focusing on, say on quarter 1, what are the next steps that we're going to be working on in the future? And we'll also use, for example, our team's velocity to make sure that, okay, so if we are talking about this, working on this for Q2 or Q3, approximately how much time does the team usually need to work on such a big task? So we'll use that product roadmap, take a look at how in the future throughout the quarter or the year, how we are prioritizing features.
That's a very good technique. My next question and my final one will be, what is technical debt and how do you deal with it?
Oh, good question. So technical debt, which I've definitely dealt with, is anything that team has released or the company organization has released that is not quite complete. I've actually dealt with this with a team that I joined currently. Is they had a good portion of technical debt that they just didn't quite finish and didn't see didn't come in and actually tackle. So what I did is that with the product owner, we took a look at what was the tech debt that we had to complete. In the sprint planning is what I encourage is that we make sure that yes, we are working a good portion of our team's capacity on feature work, but let's dedicate, let's say 15 to 10% on technical debt, just to make sure that we're not adding on to work or incomplete work, but let's tackle what we actually already owe to our end customers and stakeholders. So technical debt is sometimes inevitable because companies will want to release because of time constraints, but I always encourage my team to tackle the technical debt each sprint. That way we don't have as much. It's just sitting in the backlog saying, oh, we'll touch that one day. We'll do that one day.
Nice. That was very nice. Well, that was my last question. All right. So right now, I just want to ask you if you have any, like in few words, if you have any words of advice for someone out there that is trying to get into tech, especially in the Scrum role. What advice in few words do you have for them?
Oh, the first thing I'll say is go for it. Don't give up. You will run in through obstacles. You will run into doubt in yourself, or there's so much value in helping teams accomplish something as little as a project, as feature or software. The Scrum Master role is, yes, you would think it's small, but it's actually a big role. You will have so much joy in knowing that, you know what, I helped this group of people accomplish a great work. And I love it. I absolutely love it. It's a great field that I'm so happy that somebody just introduced me. Say, hey, you know what? Have you ever heard of being a Scrum Master? You would be a great one. Just because I'm that person that is there to help somebody else. And that's what the role is as a Scrum Master. You're here to help. You're here to serve your team. But at the end, it's so rewarding.
Well, you have it, guys. Thank you very much, Magali, for your time. This was, a wonderful moment spent with you. Well, I don't have any other questions for you. All right. You have a wonderful rest of your day. Okay, and see you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.